to all the dignified personalities present here with us, we take the honor to invite Dr. T.P. Singh, Distinguished Professor in New Delhi, Dr. Ajit Chaturvedi, Honorable Director IIT, Dr. Puneet Kaur, President of ICA. We request our honorable guests to kindly proceed to the dais and take your seats. We request our respected head of the Department of Biosciences and Bioengineering to accompany our guests to the dais. Seminars are forums in which issues are raised and explored to germinate the seeds of ideas and innovation within us. I welcome all of you personalities on the dais and off the dais, and I wish may all the participants who came here as a guest will leave IIT Roorkee as friends. Now, I would like to initiate today's inaugural ceremony with the consent of Honorable Director, sir. Thank you, sir. We request respected Dr. Shelley Thomas to kindly present bouquet as a token of honor to the personality. We request ma'am to welcome Dr. T.P. Singh, Distinguished Professor in New Delhi.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Ajit Chaturvedi, Honorable Director, IIT Roorkee. And Dr. Puneet Kaur, President ICA. Thank you, ma'am.
I present this to you.
We thank all the dignitaries wholeheartedly for glorifying this event by your gracious presence. Now I request our esteemed guests to please come forward and lighten the lamp of positivity and inaugurate the 3-day seminar.
Choose the best one. Choose the first. On behalf of all of us.
Thank you everyone for initiating the magnificent seminar with the lamp of wisdom. I request Dr. Pravindra Kumar, Professor and Head of Department of Biosciences and Bioengineering, IIT Roorkee, to give the highlights about the 48th National Seminar on Crystallography and deliver the welcome address.
Shikhar is there.
Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Sekhar Mande, DGCSIR, our special guests of honor, Dr. T.P. Singh, Distinguished Professor AIMS, Delhi, Dr. Dinkar Salunke, Director ICGB, Honorable Director Professor Ajit Chaturvedi, our respected ICA President Professor Puneet Kaur, distinguished guests, dear colleagues and students, I feel extremely privileged and honored to welcome you all to the 48th National Seminar on Crystallography. I am delighted to inform you that our institute was born on 25th November 1847. And to celebrate this milestone in our institute, several programs, functions have been planned throughout this year. And with great pleasure, I would like to inform you that the 48 NSCs out of the 6 conferences selected for this year, for the celebration of this 175th anniversary of our esteemed institute. The aim and objectives of this conference are to focus on innovative research activities involving crystallography and structural science, which have been on the forefront of major discoveries in the life sciences, medicinal chemistry, and material science. I am happy to inform you that we have eminent speakers from academia and industry both, from India and abroad, including Germany, Sweden, USA, and Singapore. It would be a great opportunity for all of us to interact with scientists from coming from abroad and India. And from India also we have from top institutes, premier institutes like IIT Bangalore, IITs, ICERs, CSR laboratories, DBT laboratories. We have scientists from DHT SIR, ICR, ICMR, and from several universities. So this will be a 3 days event where we can interact with all the top scientists from all over across the world. This 3 days event will cover diverse aspects of crystallographic research, ranging from physical, chemical, material crystallography, life sciences, drug design, small and macromolecular crystallography. It includes keynote addresses, interactive plenary sessions, invited lectures, oral and poster presentations. I'm also glad to inform you that the NSC 48 will have 15 Best Oral and Poster Presentations Award, and a special workshop will be organized on third day on crystallography for selected students. We'll also have an exclusive industry academia interaction session. I'm also glad to inform you that this seminar will be executed in a hybrid mode. That means you can see online and offline both. It will be throughout 3 days. We'll have online event. People from across the world can see this event online as well. So I wish you all here a pleasant stay and fruitful interactions with all the colleagues. I also welcome all the sponsors, persons from media, press, and different companies. Once again, I welcome all the participants. Without your participations, this wouldn't have been possible. Thank you all.
So, for highlighting objectives of the conference, we are delighted to have Dr. Puneet Kaur, President ICA, currently Professor and Head of the Department Biophysics, AIMS, New Delhi. I request Dr. Puneet Kaur to please address the audience.
Good morning, everyone. It's indeed a pleasure to be here today. And Director IIT, Dr. Shekhar Mandey, who's online, who's the chief guest of today, and the guest of honor is Dr. T.P. Singh and Dr. Devra Sanapti, who could not be here today. I don't think he is online also. Not yet. I can see it. So, and first of all, I would like to welcome all our participants over here. Capacity as president of ICA and in my own capacity. And this 48th National Seminar on Crystallography was to be held actually last year, but then it had to be postponed to March and then we could not hold it. So finally it is being held now. So, and I'm glad that it is part of the 175 years of celebrations of IIT Roorkee, and I congratulate IIT Roorkee on that also. So, as we all know, it was a pandemic which forced us to postpone this meeting. And I am very thankful to Praveen and the other team members for actually organizing this meeting. So, in the past 1.5 years since it was supposed to be held and now it is held, we have had 2 meetings. The first meeting was on macromolecular crystallography and small molecules, and that was held in July 2020. And that meeting basically, we had 3 lectures in that, And we had a group discussion on the Electra and the uh, ESRF being line also. And that was also a very fruitful meeting, which was a virtual meeting. The second meeting, which IC actually organized, was by Dr. Deepak Chopra and his team. And that was held in July this year. And that was basically on the futuristic trends on small molecule crystallography. And both meetings were very informative and they had a number of talks. But both meetings were virtual, and when we looked at it, there was something missing in that, and that was the face-to-face interaction, the bonding which we all shared, which we all meet and greet each other. So when the situation eased and the institutions started opening up for students, like for AIMS, nothing mattered. We were going every day. For us, whether it was lockdown or not, it was the same. But across the country, it was not so. So when things became easier, vaccinations happened. Then I approached Dr. Pravendra Kumar again and requested him, that why don't you think about it? You promised that you would hold this meeting. Now you must make it happen. So he told me, no, nobody will come. So it will, who is going to come in this time? So I told him, no, you hold it, and I promise I will come. Then we spoke to Professor T.P. Singh, he's a mentor, and for everything, we go to him and we said, you have to come. You have no choice. He agreed. And then Dr. Dendra Sanofi agreed, but he's not well, so he could not make it. And then I can see that so many of you, thought the same way and you all are here. I'm thankful to all the participants who, stepped out and who came here to be physically present amongst all of us. I'm very happy to see you all. Because I feel, that being here is a time for not only renewing old ties, but for making new ones. And somehow, when you're on a virtual platform, you meet lots of new people, even your old ones. You just say hello, hi, and that is how it ends. You really don't meet them, you really don't talk to each other. And that is what, a physical meeting is all about. And I must thank the director, IIT, Pravendra Kumar and his team for actually making it possible and agreeing. And I'm also very happy that it is part of the 175 years of celebration. And look, one person whom I missed here today is Professor Vijayan. He has been part and parcel of all the NSC events that I have attended, and he has attended more than me, obviously, but he has made it a point to be there always. I think the only one which he did not attend was the last NSC at Mumbai. Otherwise, I don't think he has missed any NSC. And this opportunity, actually, I would like to thank him and also my mentor, Dr. P. Singh, because they have, shaped me from a very carefree person into a researcher, and they have forced me to, think differently also. And why I'm thanking them is what I am today is because of them. And I think if I deserve to be ICA president, it's because of them only. And Dr. Professor Vijayan's contributions are too many, which I will not elaborate here. We will do it in the Professor Vijayan lecture, which will be held after this. And what I would like to also say is that Dr. Pravendra Kumar has actually put together a very good program. I've gone through it. And this hybrid mode will help a large number of audience to attend it, whereas the physical mode where all of you are present, especially the students, I would like you to, meet students of other institutes. Between amongst yourself, you all know each other. But this meeting is a pathway for you to meet students from other, it's a platform for you to meet other students from other institutes. And when we look at the senior crystallographers, we have bonded very well. We know each other very well. But the crystallography in this time has actually grown. When I started crystallography, there were only 3 women in crystallography. But now there are so many, I can see more women here than men, which is actually a very good thing. I'm very happy to see that. So, but I would like you to, take this opportunity to meet each other. We all know each other, but I think the younger generation does not know each other. You maybe know of the, the senior people, but meet each other, bond well, take this as an opportunity so that, you have the trust amongst each other the way we have amongst us. Because the field can only grow if you know each other very well. And I thank you all again for coming, and hope that and I'm sure that it will be a very fruitful conference for all of you. And I invite you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring speech. We owe gratitude. We owe gratitude to your immense support and cooperation. Now, I would like to request our respected Dr. T.P. Singh, Emeritus Professor, AIMS New Delhi. He has been awarded with several prestigious distinctions, and I request sir to please come on the stage and address the audience.
I have to look there also. Shekhar. Shekhar, we welcome you from there. And Honorable Director Chaturvedi, Dr. Gopal Krishna, and my colleagues, my students, and my juniors. There are many in the hall, and the students. I'm really very delighted to be here, but we all acknowledge your contribution. Because Chaturvedi, this conference you have catalyzed, and this has been a great thing. And I think this is the reason why. Otherwise, it would have been very difficult to connect this here. I should say that the first NSC, National Seminar on Crystallography, I attended in 1973. So if you arithmetically calculate, it becomes 40. But many were missing, and that was not the first. But that was the first one I attended in BHU. And I remember the G. Ramachandra was the speaker there. So you can imagine that from where to where we have. It's really a great pleasure to be here. And this institution, I think, has gone so many name changes. And it has been one of the very fine institutions in our country. As a university and an IIT, I have come over here several times when this was university. I come over here several times from the IIT. I should also tell you that one of the finest professors, I did my MSc from Allahabad University, but one of the finest professors there, Professor Joshi, came here as a professor in 1965 or 65. And when I passed my MSc there, he was the best researcher, and he moved to IIT. That was the level of attraction of IIT, so University of Europe. So I had a chance. He had this understanding that anybody at Harvard University in physics, if he gets a position rank, he will offer them the fellowship. That would be his choice. So he called me. I came here in 1970. He offered me a PhD. So I would have become an alumnus of this place. So I think this place has been attracting so many people. And at one time, when this was university, not IIT, even then it was attracting graduate students to come for engineering, reputation in engineering. And in basic science department. So this is a famous institution, 175 years, is a great achievement. And I think to be part of this, Dr. Chaturvedi is a great opportunity. And this year particularly is a great year for many reasons. We are also celebrating independence of 75 years. And we are also celebrating this year as 100th centenary year for GNR. This is as we have our best, India's best scientist in recent times. So this is his centenary year. So this year is very special, and to have selected this Crystallography conference, I think it's a good thing. And thank you so much for this, and thank you, President ICA, and for organizing this. It would have been a very crowded conference if it was normal times. I think it's good that every time we told them that so many people are having problems in coming. But I think it's better that we can have some spacing. It's very good. I also feel very sad about my colleague, Dr. Salonku. We were to come together for the last meeting. Because of some gathering in NIR, we had some sort of suspicion of COVID, so he didn't come. So this is a time, but I think this COVID period has put us into some disadvantages, but allowed us to use this opportunity for many good things. We'll discuss all these things today. So this is a special time. Every time, every kind of crisis brings something best in mankind. So in that sense, we are at a right time to discuss things here. I won't take much time. I think we'll have discussions later. But I wish you all the best. I thank all the people who have come here to participate in this physically. And I think we also should think about now the virus capacity is gone now. It can cause infections, but they're not going to be lethal anymore. Our bodies are better prepared. Virus is weakened. So we should become brave, and particularly scientific community should not be afraid of these things where we have to not only fight, we have to find solutions for them. So attending physically perhaps should be encouraged more and more. We need to make things happen. There are many things which happen much better when you are physically there. So in this regard, I'm happy to see a good crowd, and I think it's a good time to start meeting physically. Wish all you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for giving us a scientific vision and appreciating our learning. Now I request Dr. Ajit Kumar Chaturvedi, Honorable Director IIT Roorkee, to address the conference.
Dr. Shekhar Mande, Deepa Salunke, Dr. Puneet Kaur, all the participants to this National Seminar on Crystallography, 48th edition, my colleagues from IIT Roorkee, dear students from IIT Roorkee and elsewhere. We are extremely delighted that we are holding the first physical meeting after a very long time. It is good that we have allowed hybrid mode so that those who are not able to come for one reason or the other, they can also join this. I must take this opportunity to thank ICA for having chosen IIT Roorkee. I understand that this is the first time that IIT Roorkee has the privilege to host NSC, and I hope that the technical program that has been put up is befitting the standards of NSC, if not higher it. Despite the challenges, I understand that lots of people could not make it despite confirmation. There are several distinguished speakers have confirmed, and then either because of travel restrictions or because of health issues, they are not able to come. As many of my sitting speakers have mentioned, this is a very historic and special year for us. We started as the Roorkee College in 1847, that transformed into the Thompson College of Civil Engineering, which transformed into University of Roorkee, and now we are IIT Roorkee. So there is a huge amount of continuity that is lying beneath the superficial changes that happen. And at the same time, there are lots and lots of new things that happen because of these changes. Today, actually, what is more special is today itself is the first day of our 175th year. So today is a very packed schedule for all IIT people. We have lots and lots of programs today, and there will be a opening ceremony at 3 p.m. In the Lal Bahadur Shastri Stadium. We deliberately kept it in the open so that there is no restriction on people to come in. And I welcome all of you also. If you do not have an interesting talk at 3 p.m., it's just a 45-minute ceremony, but it's a small. Hopefully, you like the ceremony if you come and attend it. We use it to announce some new initiatives on the occasion of 175 years. Now, of course, in the morning we do inauguration of several infrastructure projects. And then again at 4 p.m., that's a virtual ceremony. So that, and in fact, it will be on YouTube. You can watch anytime. It's a very interesting function at 4 p.m. We call it the Foundation Day. That is held every year on 25th of November. On the Foundation Day, we felicitate and confer the Distinguished Alumnus Awards. So our alumni who have done exceptionally well in their professional career, they get awarded. So their citations will be read out and their acceptance speeches will also be there. So it's a very interesting program because a lot of people tell what they gain from this institute, how they imbibe the spirit from this institute, and how it is keeping them in good state in their career. So that, of course, that's a recording. That 4 p.m. function is on YouTube, so you can watch anytime. But I would encourage you to watch that also. I was always encouraging Professor Ravinder that let the focus be on the academic content. I hope those who are being courageous enough to travel in these times, they must go back with something good, something interesting, something to take back from IIT. Although they will think that NSC 48 is there, but of course they will also think about IIT. And please, whenever you get time, go around the campus. We have several interesting things. We have an institute archives in the library. It is a place to spend at least 1 hour there. Then we also have a very interesting museum, James Medlicott Museum. Those of you who have interest in natural science, they must go and visit that museum also. It's a 3-day conference. Hope you are here long enough to visit the museum and archive. And I request the organizers to arrange the visits for the interested career. I wish all of you have a great time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We greatly value your presence. Now, we are glad to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Shekhar Mandre, Director General CSIR India. We request our chief guest to kindly inaugurate the conference along with other dignitaries on dais by unraveling the abstract book.
See how better to see them.
We can
We request.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can hear you now. I'm unmuted now. So.
We request Dr. Shekhar Mandre to kindly allow us to unravel the abstract book, and I request him to commence the conference.
Yeah, please go ahead and unravel the abstract book. Thank you so much. You want me to say something or?
Can we commence the conference by your tongue?
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Sorry. There's a bit of confusion. Online conferences always have confusions. There is no exception. So Professor Chaturvedi, Professor T.P. Singh, Professor Puneet Kaur, Professor Pravinder Kumar. I also see Professor Vijayan has joined online, and such a pleasure that he's here online. All the distinguished colleagues, friends who are present here. At the outset, hearty felicitations to all the IIT Roorkee fraternity. 175 years is a huge milestone, and to understand that IIT Roorkee has done so well over the years is absolutely fantastic. In fact, the School of Geology in IIT Roorkee has been an inspiration to all the geologists, geophysicists across the country, and all other schools have come up later in the country after IIT Roorkee, and eventually BHU set up geology and geophysics. Similarly, IIT Roorkee's civil engineering has been extraordinary over the years. And taking a cue from that, my own organization also set up a central building research institute on the IIT Roorkee campus, and has been such a privilege to be on the IIT Roorkee campus for the last 75 years. Once again, felicitations to all the IIT Roorkee fraternity for entering into 175th year, and I am very sure that all of you will continue to do well in the coming time. Professor TP Singh mentioned a few names who have been there in the past, some of the most distinguished names of the country, and indeed, I see no reason that much more distinction in IIT Roorkee would come in the coming time. I'm also pleased to be here for the first of the 175th year conferences, and that's the National Seminar on Crystallography. And to all the fellow crystallographers, this is a very iconic event. And since our student days, we have always been looking forward to the National Seminar on Crystallography every year, wherever it is held, and we would make it a point to go and attend that. And as Punit mentioned correctly, the students across the country bonded well, and we actually made lifelong friends in those conferences then, even then. I cannot but help recall, just like Professor TP Singh did, my first NSC was 1982 in Nagpur. I was still a BSc student then, and we had gone to listen to Professor G.N. Ramchandran, who was supposed to give a talk at the National Seminar on Crystallography. Unfortunately, Professor GNR could not come at the last moment, and his speech was read out by Professor Vijayan in the Nagpur NSC. And that speech is still very, very clear in my mind about protein conformation and start of a new field, which is so rare in anywhere in India, that the entire new field of molecular biophysics began in India. Now, to think back and imagine that such a fantastic work was done in our country actually itself is an inspiration and motivation to all the younger generation scientists here. Should be a motivation to all the younger generation scientists present here. So greatly pleased that NSC 48 is being held in IIT Roorkee. Praveen and his colleagues have done a fantastic job. He has been in touch with almost everyone whom he wanted to attend in person and online. And I wish all of you very successful next 3 days in the conference. Thank you all very much. You're muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Unmute your PC.
So that we can hear you.
Yes, thank you, sir. Your virtual presence adds to the splendor of the ceremony, and we are honored to have you. I think we are. I think I'm audible to you right now. Sorry. Thank you. I request Dr. Ashwini Kumar Sharma, Professor, Department of Biosciences and Bioengineering, IIT Roorkee, to deliver vote of thanks.
So, Honorable Chief Guest, distinguished dignitaries who were on dais, invited guests from India and abroad, all the past participants of this event, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the entire team of this ceremony and at the behalf of IIT Roorkee and department. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Shekhar Mande, Director General of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, India, for his kind consent to grace the occasion as the chief guest. A very special thanks to our guests of honor, Dr. P. Singh, Emeritus Professor AIMS, New Delhi, and Dr. Dinkar Salunki, Director ICGB, New Delhi, who, despite their busy schedule, has been very kind enough to accept our invitation to grace the occasion. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Ajit Chaturvedi, Honorable Director IIT Roorkee, for his continuous support and encouragement and for accepting our invitation to preside over the function. I would like to acknowledge my gratitude to Dr. Puneet Kaur, President of ICA, for believing in us and giving us the opportunity to host this prestigious gathering. I take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to Secretary and the Treasurer of ICA community for the support and cooperation. With this deep sense of appreciation, I thank our valued delegates who are going to deliver keynote addresses, invited talks, present posters in the area of structural biology, drug discovery, material science, and others. I would like to thank the budding researchers who would made this event a great grand success with their impressive participation. I thank all our well-wishers, all our sponsors, media for their stewardship, interest, and commitment. We are fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues of department for their valuable contribution, guidance, encouragement, and in all our efforts. I owe special gratitude to non-teaching staff who have worked hard to ensure that this occasion becomes a memorable success. I also want to thank the people who are working behind the scenes to execute this event. Our technical arrangement team, stage setting, housekeeping staff, and I thank all the members of organizing committee for their dedication and tireless efforts for this remarkable start. Ladies and gentlemen, crystallizing such an event is not an overnight process. It takes many months to prepare. It requires planning and bird's eye for details. And we have been very fortunate to be supported by a team of very active and dedicated student volunteers of our department who are well versed with their duties. So I thank them for this. I would like to thank all the people whose names may not have been mentioned here, but they have worked behind the scenes. Finally, I would like to congratulate all the members for the sounding start of this 48th national seminar on crystallography, and I hope that all will have a very unique and pleasant experience here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. With this, we have to come to end of the session. I would like to request our guests to move towards the please. So we will resume the conference after 15 minutes. Thank you.